Why, good morning. How you doing? All right. Do you think maybe I need a haircut? Or maybe just a shower, right? Or maybe a hat. All right, hat it is. Let's jump into the forecast, shall we? And really the main player in town is going to be Tropical Storm Debby. But the heat continues too in the south. So that's where we see a lot of our warnings this morning. Warnings this morning kind of makes sense. So excessive heat warnings here in the purple areas in Texas, and then the orange is just heat advisory. So be advised it's going to be hot all the way into Louisiana. Oklahoma's included, a little bit of Arkansas, the state of Florida, and a little bit of Alabama and Georgia, Mississippi along the coast too. Speaking of the coast, that's where we're talking, the mid-Atlantic, as we're still dealing with Debby. A Debbie Downer. I think that's what I'm gonna put on the thumbnail, Debbie Downer. So it's gonna be a downer today. We're looking at some flash flooding, of course, flash flood warnings in effect. There's a tornado watch in effect. We'll show you that here in a little bit. And then those flood watches continue all the way up through, say, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and up into New York State. And that's where Debbie's going to be heading. Our surface map looks like this morning. Tropical Storm Debby moving inland in the Carolinas to the northwest quadrant of the tropical storm is where we're going to see that threat for tornadoes today from North Carolina into Virginia. And then, of course, a lot of flooding around that with heavy rainfall. Another area of possible flooding today, northern New Mexico into central Colorado. And you see that cold front moving through the Midwest and the northern plains. And that brought us some light showers here this morning in Harlan, Iowa. And behind it, these temperatures are going to be amazing. We're looking for highs in the low 70s today, up mid 70s tomorrow. Maybe it's low 70s tomorrow, mid 70s on Saturday, and lows in the 40s. So a little taste of fall here in the upper Midwest. It's beautiful. So widely scattered showers all the way from the Four Corners up into the northern Rockies and out into the plains. And that cold front moving further to the south is going to bring a little bit of relief for you in parts of Texas, North Texas, West Texas. Get ready for a brief cool down. The heavy rain possibilities continue in central Colorado, northern New Mexico, and tropical depression Debby will be bringing depressing weather. North Carolina all the way up through New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire into Maine as that tropical moisture spreads northward. And then we get into Saturday and things really quiet down and kind of cool down for most of the country. Very nice. We do have scattered showers for a large part of the country, but temperatures will be cool most places, or cooler at least most places. Here's your excessive rainfall for today. South Carolina, North Carolina, the main bullseye moving up into Virginia. And then you see, a slight risk of some locally heavy rainfall, excessive rainfall through the Four Corners, especially Arizona with monsoon still going. Tomorrow, Debby moves a little further north and a little further inland. So moving into Virginia for sure, West Virginia, up towards Pennsylvania with the excessive rainfall threat. And then that moves even further north as we get into Saturday with still a good chance of some excessive rainfall all the way back into North Carolina. But the best chances now move into Pennsylvania, New York State, Vermont, and a little bit of New Hampshire, perhaps. Today's severe weather, again, focused on Tropical Storm Debby as it continues to move inland now. And some spin-up tornadoes is our main threat here for North Carolina into Virginia and maybe a little bit of Maryland. So as we look at our severe weather threat, this is your slight chance for severe weather. The threat is not hail. The threat is not wind. The threat is all tornadoes. So we could see, again, some brief spin-up tornadoes. These tend to be on the weaker side, but you don't want it to hit your house. So possibility for some tornadoes today in association with Tropical Storm Debby. All right, let's take you to the European model, and we'll go through this. And I'll do a little better job with the timestamps today. So we're starting out Thursday. Why, that's today, Thursday. In fact, it's 9 o'clock in the morning as I'm currently recording. And 12Z is about 6 o'clock this morning. So this is a couple hours ago. And we see Tropical Storm Debby here in South Carolina, the heaviest rainfall to the north in North Carolina and Virginia. And again, this is where our severe weather threat is on the northwest quadrant of the storm, where those spin-up tornadoes are possible. Here are the showers that moved through my area. And I even heard a rumble of thunder in my sleep this morning as I was waking up. It was on the light side. But again, that cold front moving through. So here's your low up in Canada, driving that cold front through the northern plains and the upper Midwest this morning with cooler weather behind it, of course. So as we get into the rest of today, you see Debby sitting and spinning for the most part over the Carolinas still, with the threat for the heavy rain and those spin-up tornadoes. As we get into, this is midnight tonight. Now watch this area here too, coming out of Colorado into Nebraska and Kansas, an area of showers and thunderstorms that'll be moving into Oklahoma as well. As Debby continues to lift northward with the heaviest rainfall, moving into Pennsylvania, lingering back into the Delmarva and the mid-Atlantic coast. This is a Friday morning right here, tomorrow morning. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, Debby starts to open up. So tropical depression Debby opening up, as you say, so less of a closed low, more of an open wave. Still heavy tropical showers associated with that. So still some flash flooding possible in New York, back into Pennsylvania, into the big cities of the east. As we look at, this is Friday night, late Friday night. A little bit of rain here to this cold front moving into Texas now with some showers, welcome showers for West Texas into the Panhandle. And that'll be a nice brief relief from the heat. I think Lubbock hit 105 yesterday as a new record, something like that. They broke their previous record of 104, if I'm remembering that exactly right. It's very close to that, if not exactly that. So as we get into the day Saturday, this is midnight Friday. So very heavy rainfall with tropical depression Debby. Again, moving into New England, moving through New England, and then our little wave here, our little disturbance here behind that cold front, moving into Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas Panhandle, lingering back in northeastern New Mexico. And so as we get into the day Saturday, tropical depression Debby exiting the scene, a few showers, upper peninsula of Michigan, parts of the Great Lakes, and then our other big disturbance here, showers and thunderstorms possible for Kansas and Oklahoma. As we get into the day Saturday, this is Saturday evening. Again, not much going on by Saturday evening. Looks like a pretty quiet weekend for most of us. Of course, the big exceptions are tropical depression Debby with very heavy rainfall, New York State into New England, mainly Saturday, clearing up on Sunday. And then our area of showers and storms across the southern plains, central plains. But after that, you see, this is our cool high pressure settling into the Midwest. And so, again, a brief break from the heat all the way down into Texas, parts of the southeast. Northeast is going to be cool and drying out, and not a lot going on by the time we get into Saturday night and Sunday across the country. Just a few showers busting out. In Oklahoma is kind of the worst of it. And then as we get into Sunday, maybe a few showers across parts of the plains as our warm air starts to move back in, as our cool down will be brief, but this taste of fall is really nice around here. I'm really enjoying it. Did I mention that lows are going to be in the 40s the next couple mornings? Amazing. All right, here are your 6 to 10 day temperatures. So as we get past the next couple of days, things are going to start warming up again. Sorry, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, into the south. That's where the warmest temperatures will be. Cooling off, West Coast, still cool, East Coast, but warm through the center of the country. And the best chances for rainfall will be Four Corners as monsoon continues up into the central Rockies, northern plains, and parts of the Pacific Northwest. Driest areas California, Nevada, into parts of Oregon, Idaho, and then Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama. So that's a quick look at your weather across the country for this Thursday. What is it, August 8th, into the weekend. So thank you for bearing with me this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Weather Mic.